Okay, next. His Excellency, Mohamed Abou El Enein, our next keynote speaker. Last spring, His Excellency was unanimously elected to serve as President of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Union for the Mediterranean. He also serves as Deputy Speaker of the Egyptian Parliament and Chairman and founder of the Cleopatra Group. He is an extraordinarily successful businessman and an exceptional public servant, as well as a generous humanitarian. Over the course of his incredible career, His Excellency has advanced Egypt's relationships and cooperation efforts in Africa, Europe, Asia, the Americas, and beyond. He has expanded his nation's economic ties with more than 100 other countries around the world. As the newly President of the Parliamentary Assembly for the Union of the Mediterranean, he presides over a body representing 43 countries, including all 28 member states of the European Union, plus 10 Middle Eastern and North African states, including Turkey, Israel, Palestine, and 5 other states. It meets twice a year and is one of the main bodies of the European Mediterranean dialogue, growing out of what is diplomats, journalists, and researchers call the Barcelona process. This seeks better North-South regional relations across and all around the Mediterranean Sea. As a member of the Egyptian People's Assembly, he has represented his community with pride and distinction in setting an example for others to follow. He has shown a generosity of spirit as a dedicated philanthropist, working through his charitable organization to improve literacy, social development, and health services. He has been a staunch ally to the National Council and as a member of our International Advisory Board, providing invaluable support and extraordinary insights, as well as steadfast commitment to our educational mission. Please help me welcome His Excellency to the stage. Your Excellency.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Always, thank you. Good afternoon. I believe today, for me, is a very pleasant day. The day in which I met a lot of my friends, politicians, and also in the field of the business, and also media. I'm so glad today for this annual meeting to talk and to exchange views with all of our colleagues and to listen to each other, to evaluate the situation and to know the truth and the reality and the facts of what happened in the Middle East. From my position as a politician in the Egyptian Parliament and also as a president of UFM, UFM is a parliamentary, as has been explained to you now, is gathering all European Union, the 28 countries, plus all the other countries among the Mediterranean Sea. The total is 43 different countries. Indeed, we always talk, discuss, and try to draw vision. We always talk about the future and evaluate the present and think what we have to do. Today, we have been here now, just now, His Excellency, Prince Turki Faisal, which has given us a global vision of what's happening in the Middle East and what's required to be done. And probably with these few words, which you have been hearing, we don't know what the efforts have been happening. What happened in the Middle East among the past 2 years, when we talk about Middle East, we talk about the conflict Israeli-Palestinian, we talk about Lebanon, Israel, Syria, Israel, and Yemen, Israel, and also what's happening lately in Sudan and Libya. The Middle East today, indeed, in a situation is not the best. And this is because of the interference of the foreigner. The people who would like to think how to break the countries and to fall down the states, how to divide the countries, how to weaken these Arabic countries and reinforce other countries. I think what happened, for example, in Gaza in the past 2 years, everybody has been hearing about what happened. And the people has been closed in the period of the past 2 years for the conflict and forget that there is occupation. Forget that the root of the problem is occupation 80 years ago. And what happened in 1967 with another occupation, they don't talk about this, but they talk about the past 2 years only. And this is wrong. If we would like to see the real problem, we have to go 80 years ago to understand that there is occupation, and these people has a right to live in their land, and the Palestinian people has to have their state and have to see and stay in their country. The new model is to kick away the Palestinian, to make another replacement. And to praise this is to destroy the house, is to kill children, is to kill people, and also to eliminate food and medical service. The people starving, they die from starving. The people have no food to eat, have no medicine to cure, has no life. Only every day, I think you have been here, every day in the newspaper, the main manchette is what happened in Gaza for the destruction of the people, the housing over the people. And the numbers which have been here until now is nearly 100 something. I don't think that is the real number. Because today, when they start to escape the houses and to go back again, they find a lot of surprises inside. People have been died inside there. Luckily, on the 28th of August, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has been making a speech to Egyptian people and to the world. And he make a call, he make a message to President Trump. President Trump, you are the leader. You are the leader of the United States of America, the most powerful man and the most powerful country. And with this power, you can do something. You are capable, and you may be the only power which is capable to achieve the peace process in the area is you. Please take your turn and do your best. Think for initiatives, and all of us will support you. I believe you have been hearing what happened after this. You heard about the conference in Sharm el-Sheikh. The conference in Sharm el-Sheikh is only, as you see, is a meeting, but behind this meeting is a big effort, politically effort, Secret Service effort, and also the president President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi worldwide has been given the speeches for some very important principle of the Arabic people, not only Egyptian. This is the principle of all the Arabic people. The first is the only solution is two-state solution. Nothing. But unfortunately today, I think Israel would like to deny, to forget this statement. And this is take us back to the worst situation. The only solution for this, what's happening today in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine, is to recognize the right of the Palestinian to make their country, to make their state. The second, no displacement is not accepted. Palestinian people has to stay and remain in their country. And the solution will be never that we displace the people to go to other country around. This is also is not accepted. The occupation for the West Bank, again, and the extension for this occupation is not accepted. And indeed, when we hear about this initiative comes coordinated by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and President Trump, we were so glad that something is going to happen. The hope is coming back again. We would like to see the leaders and the power of the United States to make the peace process and the press a reality to achieve this. This is the dream. You are in a moment that you see everything happen destroyed, everything happen bad. All the news are very bad today, every day. But when you hear that the leaders of 30 countries come to Sharm el-Sheikh to sign and to guarantee an agreement between all the parties for the peace process and to stop the war, number one, and allow for all the assistance, the food, the medication, and also the other things, all the helps to enter, and also to start for the first phase, to start to talk about the peace process for the final solution. It is a dream. It is a dream. What's happening today, the people, President Trump and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, if they succeed to proceed to the end, historically, they deserve more, much more than Nobel Prize. This is going to be a historical event, historical something I cannot imagine. Even the world can talk what he can say if he make the people to live in peace, if he make the people to be back to their country, if they are going to be two-state solution and everybody is friend with the others. I think it is a big effort has to be done. And the big support coming from Europe. Europe has been making a declaration. Europe, I mean, European Union and the European Parliament and also UFN. We support these initiatives. And I think it's the time to press. It's the time to rule firmly to achieve this goal and to make it. President Trump, I have a message for him that you did a great job. Please continue to the end. And you have the big support from all the Arabic countries. You have the big support, popularly, and the government and leaders. And this is very important. If he succeeds, he will make a great job in his life during his presidency. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about Middle East again, we know what's happening. You know what happened now in Libya and also in Sudan. We know what happened also in Lebanon. And I think we have to be back to the table to discuss. Not the war. Israel make 5 wars. Who is a winner in 5 wars? What is the result? Is only destruction, killing people, and destroy the life to the others. 5 wars, no winner. And now the time is to have the lesson and to understand that there is no winner in the war. We have to understand that there is a goal for peace, and this is a life. And anybody make an effort to push the peace process, he will be prized in his life and after his life as well. As is mentioned in our Quran, Man qatala nafsan bighayri nafs, who has been killing anybody, as he has been killing all the world, and who alive, one, or make him to be alive, he has been making alive, the life to all the world. This is the principle. I believe that who has been going to do this is going to have his history and his name among the history, very, very big name. I hope that President Trump, with President Sisi, with all the leaders which have been signing for these things, to succeed and to continue until the end. Egypt has been prepared itself. I think you have been here about the help. Of course, a big story with Egypt to help the Palestinian Authority and to help the Palestinian people, and also the political support worldwide, but also for the AIDS. We help them, and I can assure you that 70% of the total AIDS coming to Israel, to Palestinian, is from Egypt. 70%. I would like to assure you that today all the Egyptian people are happy to support. And when the gate opened, because you know, the crossing between Israel and Egypt, there are 6 crossing. There are 6. We have 2 with Egypt, and the other is not Egypt. These 2, one has a gate from Egyptian side, and the other one in the Israeli side. Israeli side is closed, and the AIDS trucks go kilometers waiting to enter, but Israel doesn't permit. Until we make big story, and all, people are dying from starving. There has no food, and now the people. Yesterday, last night, I received a lot of call. I received a lot of messages in my mobile. People are explaining what's happening now. It's very cold. People has no food, and also raining is coming, and they cannot leave because they're in their own house, and the tent has been already fulfilled with water. They cannot leave. Who can help these people now? Who can permit the entry of food and the entry of the tents, and also help them to have a better life? This is a big request. This is a big request. And I think it's a moment now to give a message to Israeli government and Israeli people. Please, go ahead with the peace. Please sit in the table with the Palestinian, with all the area, Lebanon, Palestinian, and also all the Arabic leaders are happy to draw the future and to make the peace process and to make everybody happy. As we have been hearing now, there are many initiatives happen from the 22 Arabic country with Israel. Okay, peace for land. Go away from the land which you occupy, and we have the peace and the recognition for Israel from 22 different Arabic countries. I think it is a big goal to happen. Egypt is always ready. Egypt leaders, Egypt people, Egypt parliament, Egypt Secret Service, they are doing a lot. Something declared with the people to see, and something hidden in order to receive the goals. A big communication every day to find a solution and to calm the situation, because if not interference of Egypt, I think the Palestinian conflict should be in another story. But we try to handle and to calm the situation in order not to fire all the area to it. I believe that future is coming sharp, and negotiation is very strong. Need firm leaders to discuss and to put everything in his right, and to have a pressure to Israeli, because I think that inside Israel they are not convinced with the story of the peace. I hope that these people, because a lot of people are happy to talk about peace and are agree with peace process, but I don't think that other people can affect these things. I believe that this a humanity, this is a conscience for the people to believe that we can have a better life. We can produce the peace. We can make the peace together, and we can live in a peace together between Israel and all Arabic countries together. I hope that they are going to have to achieve the goal and do what they can do in order to achieve it. And Egypt has been training 5,000 Palestinian soldiers as the police to protect their area. And of course, when you talk about two-state solution, it's also a good issue for the security and stability in the area and Israel as well. Because if you have a state, if you have a leader, if you have a complete state over the Palestinian territory, you can talk, you can also discuss a lot of things. You have to one state to the other state. But now, if you don't have the state and the recognition of this state, you can find a lot of interference from small bodies, which can also make terrorism, can make also other problems under the umbrella of these things. I think it's a time passing. We can do a lot, and it's not impossible. Peace is possible in the area if there is a will, if there is a determination from the leaders to do and to happen. Will happen. I think tomorrow, what we see also in Sudan, something very, very dangerous in the area. And unfortunately, you see that external power, the major player, are direct and indirect play in the area. Play for its source, play for its location, play for its benefit, political benefit in the area. I think United Nations has to do something. Also, United States as a leader has to do something. And I believe that the power of the United Nations and with the power of what's happening from President Trump when he called a problem and interfere, as he has been stopping the war in Gaza. And he said that he stopped 7 wars. I'm so glad to interfere because this man, I think, is a man of peace. His principle is to produce peace. And I hope God is going to help him to produce peace. Indeed, fascism in Sudan is a new story, very dangerous story, and the people are suffering. And it's a time to interfere, otherwise it's going to be expanded and also touch it for the other area and the other country as well. We don't like to happen, but we have to be careful of what's happening in the area. I hope also the interference in Libya to be eliminated and to leave Libya to draw their future and to have their fate internally without having another country from outside, everybody take them to other things in order not to have a civil war internally. This is also a very dangerous situation. Third thing is, and last thing is, what happened also in 2019. President Trump has been understanding in a special meeting with the President Sisi the problem with Egypt and Ethiopia for the dam, which Ethiopia make it. And I think Ethiopia has to make the dam. Yes, she has the right to make the dam. And we support this. And also we can cooperate with Ethiopia to make dam and to make also the investment, and we can make a lot of things together. But to touch our right and to take this thing as it's only fully its right without our leadership with them, it's a very, very, very dangerous situation. We have the right to manage also the water, the source of the water, because they are the source, and we are receiving all the water among the River Nile. So Ethiopia, Sudan, Egypt are the 3 partners together, and I think 2019 President Trump has been inviting the 3 countries in the White House here, and they agree for everything. And the last minute, Ethiopia refused to sign. Now became again other problem. They finished the dam, okay. But we have the right, and we will never leave our right. The right of the River Nile, our quantity for the Nile is our life. This is a national security. This is our principle. We shall not leave it. And this is also another story, which I'm calling President Trump to take care of this and call again and to see what he has to do and to oblige everybody to respect the old agreement in order to also to go ahead to produce peace between African countries. I think I'm so glad to meet you, and we have a very, very good occasion to invite you today. I don't know if some people has been recently go to Egypt and see what's happening in Egypt. I would like to give you some remark in order to understand what's happening lately. We are so glad to tell you that we have the biggest museum in the world. The museum, I think that you have been here, is published, and the inauguration of 40 leaders, king and president and prime minister, has been inaugurated in Egypt, I think 2 weeks ago. It was really a remarkable cultural event worldwide. And I'm happy to invite all of you to see what's happening for this museum and to see the glory of our ancient Egyptian. And also to recognize what happened in Egypt recently. The new civilization, the new republic, which is extended to all Egyptian territory. The desert, among the history, became villas and housing and factory and farms. The extension is enough to tell you that Egyptian, among the history, has been always living in the two sides of the Nile. All this territory represents 6% of Egyptian territory. Today, we are 14%. We double in 10 years this territory. And all this is factories, is new cities, a new civilization, new modern and smart factories and farms and houses. And I think you are going to see modern Egypt today, the new civilization. I'm happy to invite you to come to see also the big project which happened now. Is enough to tell you that we have 3 mega projects. One of them is $165 billion in the North Coast. Beside this one is for Emirate. And beside this one is another one, Egyptian, is the same value, more or less. And the third one now happening from Qatar is around $30 billion investment initially. And I think with all the multinational companies and all the investors are coming now, you see Egyptian huge advanced technology to make ports and to make also airports and to make the geographic unique location among the international trade, the wideness of Suez Canal and the new harbor in Port Said and new harbor in Damietta, new harbor in Alexandria. It is extended for the service, for the international trade and the investment. I'm so happy with the people who see these things to see it again. And I'm so happy to invite all of you to see the new museum. And I wish you a great meeting always. I'm so glad that I have been meeting you today, and I wish to see you next time in Cairo. Thank you very much.
Could you stay on stage for 1 minute? We have something we want to share with you. Patrick, would you join us, please? Where's Chairman Pratt? Where are you? We need you, please, to join us on the stage. We have something that we'd like to. Okay. Your Excellency, thank you very much for your words. We're very excited to hear about everything happening and the development happening in Egypt. And I guess we all heard it together. His Excellency invited us, so let's get together and figure out some dates, and we'll send it to him, and we'll all head over on a plane or something. On behalf of the National Council, we are offering you 2 gavels. One for the northern Mediterranean coast and one for the southern Mediterranean coast. We suggest that you bring and utilize one of them for your presidency of the Euro-Med Parliamentary Assembly and the other for your homeland at the Egyptian Parliamentary Assembly. And with that, if you gentlemen would like to make the presentation. And then we have to move up here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.